Hello positive readers, it's Positive Writer here today with another video. Today I'm going to be telling you all about the fact that I am a published author and have been since I was 13 in 2015. I'm dropping my age on the track. I did just turn 20, so kind of crazy out here. But I really just realized that wow, I've had this channel just as long as I've been published, and while the channel has continued to grow and new people have come and started to enjoy my videos, which I'm really appreciative of that, the one thing that has not continued is my promotion of my book that I wrote all those years ago and published. It's out in the world, it's been out in the world, and I'm here today to tell you about it because it's good, and I really am proud of it. And so I want y'all to read it. I want y'all to read it, and I want y'all to know about it because I always want y'all to know what I'm doing. So without further ado, this is really just going to be me answering all the basic questions as to what this book is, how I came about writing it, and how you can get it for free for 5 days. There's a promotion going on right now, and right now it's a Kindle book only, and so you can go read it for free on Kindle if you just go and do that for the next 5 days. Also, happy first day of spring, because that's crazy. We made it to the winter, y'all. We made it through the winter. Don't forget that. This year is only going to get better. And so, without further ado, let's get into this. So, this book that I wrote is called Ichikan. It's called Ichikan, and my name has changed now. My name is now Ben, because I wanted to change it. And so, that's why the name is different, but it is still me. And so I wrote this book, and again, I'm really, really proud of it. This is a YA contemporary fantasy novel, and it's set in the fictional city of, actually it's set in a world where there are 3 main fictional cities: Ichikan, Navajo, and Adona. And they're called city-states because they're so big and massive that the city is more like a state. And so it's about like these 3 cities. But we only spend time really in the first 2, which I said Navajo and Ichikan. And Navajo is where our main character, our girl, Aurora Harris, is from. She is this fire, this tough black girl, but we don't see her as being tough like in the first couple pages, because her life is what I would consider, and what a lot of people consider, kind of uneventful. She does her thing, she doesn't really elaborate. She doesn't really do much. She's kind of just bored. She has a best friend named Kimiko, and they train all the time because in this society, swords are legal, and so everybody has them. They're really normal. And this city that she lives in, Navajo, is run by this tyrant. Her name is Queen Jakira, and she is the queen of the city. Yes, she just has to be bougie and have the title of queen, even though it's a city and not a kingdom. And everyone kind of has this idea or this understanding that these swords are not going to result in either her being overthrown or this massive influx of violence either. Nobody's afraid to get, attacked. There aren't attacks going on. These swords are used for fun, mostly, just because the society is very low-key. It's like a small town. It's really chill. It's really chill. And Queen Jakira is the queen of that. And again, Aurora Harris, she lives there. She's a 17-year-old girl, and she's amazing, really. She's just this girl who's always up for an adventure, and again, she trains with her friend Kimiko, and so right off when the book starts off, she's training with her friend, and they're shooting the breeze, doing their normal little training session. Kimiko's mom is sorry, it's time for dinner. I can't believe y'all are playing with these swords again, because while the swords are not a source of fear for anybody in society, her parents are afraid because it is unsafe. And fun fact, in this world, when you're cut or when you bleed, everyone has yellow blood, except one character, which you had to read the book to find out. But yes, the blood in this world is all yellow. Don't ask me why. Thought it would be cool. Her friend's parents are sorry, but I don't think y'all should be doing this. Stop doing this. Stop giving me a heart attack. And then Aurora has to leave because Kimiko's mom is deuces, we're not doing this anymore. And so Aurora's dog it, dang it. And so she's upset. And so again, her life is already kind of boring, and now she can't even train with her friend. She's kind of annoyed. And then she comes home. And, she walks back home because, again, small town, really cozy, really stuff. And something else cool about this world is the fact that this city, Navajo City, is it could be called the yellow city or the golden city because everyone wears some sort of shade of yellow. Like they mix match it with black and like white and stuff, but yellow is most often present in everyone's wardrobe, just because it is. And so when you're imagining this world, imagine a whole bunch of people wearing yellow, like yes. And so Aurora's walking home with her like yellow shirt on, and her like fighting clothes or whatever, because her training clothes, because her best friend, who was the same age as her, trains her because she's better at swords play than she is, and so they were training and stuff, but we know what happened with that. And so she gets home, and then her mom's at the door like, you gotta come in here like right now. And Aurora's like, what's going on? And there is a projection on the wall, on their wall, of the wall of her family home, that is of the queen, and it's like a live projection, like a live stream, but like on a TV, but like a national like alert, you know what I'm saying? Like one of those like, rah, rah, you know what I'm saying? Like it comes on anybody's TV at any time, doesn't matter what you're watching. It's like that, except instead of a TV, it's a projection on their wall, and they're watching it. And in this projection, Queen Jakira is talking about the fact that she is about to do something crazy. Like she's about to do something that she's been putting in the works for a while. She says since she's like a little girl, she really has been thinking about doing this. And her plan is basically to take away all of the city's, really, she's talking about like the city, all of the city's electricity. And she gives no reason why. She's just like, I'm doing this, man, y'all are gonna have to deal with this. And she also mentions carrying out an experiment that is going to cause people to turn against their loved ones. And you're kind of like, okay, like it's kind of, okay, like how are you gonna do this, She gives no explanation. She just lets it go and like leaves like deuces, y'all better get ready, whatever. And Aurora's like, whoa, like, I don't know, if that was me, I probably would have been like, that's kind of dumb. Again, this queen is a tyrant. She's not the nicest person in the world, and she has like an entire like military detail that is only loyal to her, called the Hatsumis, and so people know she's bad news, and no one really wants to mess with her in these other cities. No one wants to mess with her. Like she's not to be played with. But also, she hasn't done much to live up to this tyrannical name. Like, they call her a tyrant because she is one. Like, she's really very much a dictator. Like, whatever she says goes. But she hasn't done much that will make somebody be like, wow, you're a horrible leader. But this now is something that could potentially become this. But the thing is that a lot of people are not going to believe this. Like, not the vast majority of people in Navajo City are like, I don't believe this is happening or whatever. But Aurora, she takes this 100% serious. And she's like, I can't imagine this. Because mind you, she said she's standing in her family home with her family right now. She just left her best friend's house. So she's like, the thought of turning against them, like against my will, no. But like on a big scale, like massive, like all these people doing this, no. And so she's like, I gotta do something about this. And that sets the novel in motion, because not only does she decide that she has to do something about this, but she decides she has to do something about this now. And so, long story short, it really doesn't go well for them. And they don't get where they wanted to go. And not only that, but now they're fugitives on the run. And so they're running, and then this really nice stranger is like, get in the car. He's like their age. He's like, get in the car. You know what I'm saying? They're like kind of scared because this is kind of sus. But they have no choice. So they get into this car with this strange dude, and he announces that he hopes they're not fugitives, because if they are, they're going to get taken to jail where they're going. And they're like, where are we going? And they're going to Ichikan. And so then that is really like the inciting incident of the whole story, is them having to flee their home and now reside in this city that they've never been to, on the run from a queen who will stop at really nothing to get them back for messing with her stuff and for trying to stop her, especially after she literally let her whole entire guard down. And so we really just get to spend so much time with these amazing characters. This is a trilogy. The second book is finished and will be published soon, and the last book needs to be written, but the first book is out. I'm working on getting a hardcover and softcover of the book out, but right now it's on Kindle. If you have Kindle Unlimited, it's free always. If you don't, it's free for these 5 days, so get ready, get on this now. But, I'm just really excited to be here talking to you today about it, because, again, it's been out for some time now. But, I mean, I'm really proud of the story, and I think that, you're going to love it. Like, I recommend this to anybody, but specifically if you like young adult, read this. If you like young adult fantasy and you like real life elements in your fantasy, or you like fantasy elements in your real life, read this. It's very contemporary, very fantasy. Like those things clash completely, and they like collide and make something beautiful and new in this book. because we have swords and crazy stuff and yellow blood, and you know, we also have a house and a car and buses, and you know, like, so it's really, like, so fun. You know, it really gives you that experience of, like, if suddenly you woke up tomorrow and the world was a little bit cooler. You know, it's like that, because it's not like a completely new world, but it is in a way. It really just does take the elements that we know every day, that we like get up, you know, and see every day, and makes them that much more cool. And so if you're looking for that in your fantasy, I highly recommend it. If you're looking for sisterhood, there is a strong female friendship element in this book, and I definitely think that if you're looking for that, I would highly recommend you read it. If you're looking for more black characters in fantasy, there are a heap of black characters, and they're all main, and so I highly recommend you read it for that reason, if that's what you are looking for in your books. If you're looking for layered characters, I highly recommend it. If you're looking for a fast-paced read, it's so fast, y'all. Like, you don't really read it fast because you don't really want to. I mean, I've read it like multiple times, and I always drag it out because I always just want to be in the world and stuff. But it goes so fast if you're really looking for that, because it really is fast-paced, very action-packed. In my head, it's a movie, and it will be a movie one day in Jesus' name. And so I'm just grateful that God put on my heart to write this book, and that it's been written and published for all this time, and that now I'm finally getting that confirmation to talk about it with y'all now, because I just want y'all to read it. You know, I think that it positively affects me every time I think about it, and I think that you should definitely read it. Again, if you're looking for, like, oh my god, a funny book, it's hilarious. Like, it is so funny, almost inappropriately so. And again, if you're looking for that, if you're looking for teenagers in a YA book that actually act like teenagers, definitely read this. I mean, the teenagers act almost like younger than teenagers, and so I think that it really does speak to the fact that these are teenagers. You know, sometimes in the young adult genre, you can kind of forget, like, what is this genre really about? And it's a whole bunch of teenagers. And so I think that this book really does show, you know, what a teenager is, especially in the midst of a crazy crisis like being a fugitive. And so, you know, if you are excited to read, and you are excited to meet Aurora and Kimiko and Jordan and all our beautiful other characters that I haven't even talked about yet, you know, whoever the guy is that helped them, you know, get out of Navajo, you know, all these people, Queen Jakira, who I think is an amazing villain, you know, if you're excited to read more about these people and, like, you know, expand the world, I mean, I highly just suggest you go on Amazon Kindle right now and, like, get it. Again, it's for free for the next 5 days, and it also is on Kindle Unlimited. So if you have Kindle Unlimited, just drop by and read it. And, you know, highly recommend you drop some reviews on Goodreads. You know, that those are some dreams of mine for sure, to see some reviews on Goodreads and Amazon, you know, and YouTube. Like, do your thing. Like, book editors come through, you know. Like, I love it. And so I'm excited for things to come in. I'm excited for you all to watch it. I'm excited, you know, to, you know, just have readers, people to talk about this story with, because I almost feel like a reader because it's been so many years since I wrote it. And so just having other people to talk about the story with, other than my beautiful dad and my beautiful sister, who are the ones who read it and revised it, and my grandma also, who read it and revised it and helped me to get it published. And so other than them, I really haven't had the chance to talk about it with anybody. And so if you read this and you enjoy it, please talk to me about it. I love y'all. You can follow me on Instagram, positivewriterr with 2 R's. I'm going to try to post a lot more about it on there, as well as here. And so you're going to see some more content about it. And so, yeah, name of the game. Like, y'all thought I was just a reader. Like, no, I'm a writer too. And so I love y'all. And I hope you enjoyed this video very much. Again, if you have any questions about this book or whatever, I love y'all. And I'm going to see y'all later with another video. If y'all are writing anything, please tell me in the comments. Like, please. I love y'all. See y'all later with another video. God loves y'all. Peace out.